Here's how we got a 61.3% show up rate on our most recent webinar. As you can see here, we had 693 registrants and 425 of them showed up, which is, as I said, 61.3%, and that resulted in us making just over $50,000 in 16 days from webinar bookings. If you're new here, if you don't know me, my name is Franco. I run a done-for-you webinar agency for consultants and coaches. If you're interested in running a webinar, you can go down below, click the first link, schedule a call. I don't have a B2C mentorship or anything. This is purely for my agency. So if you're not a coach or a consultant looking to scale with webinars, this video probably isn't for you. Let's get right into it. Firstly, you need to understand why people don't show up. There are three reasons. First one, they have hidden objections. Second one, they forget. And the third one, you have low intent at sign up. So hidden objections are something like when people think this probably won't work for me, this is probably just a pitch, I don't have time for this. And the way you handle this is with your email and SMS sequences and your content and everything, the whole process before the actual webinar. So from the point when they sign up to the point of the live presentation, there is a whole nurturing process that handles these objections. Second, they forget. We are people, we forget. That's why you need to make sure that you remind them a lot. And the first step into making people not forget is to not have a too long of a promo period. So from the day when you announce the webinar to the actual live presentation, it shouldn't be more than 10 days max. I would say not longer than 8 days. I think the perfect spot is from 5, 6 to 8, 9 days, because the longer it takes you to get the actual presentation, people will forget. Imagine you sign up for a webinar and the webinar is in 3 weeks. People just don't care anymore after 3 weeks. It's not hot and they just forget. And if it's, let's say, you sign up for a webinar and it's 2 days from now, that may not be too much of a time for you to handle these objections. So as I said, 5 to 8 days is the sweet spot. And this happens especially with cold traffic. So you should go harder on nurturing ads if you're doing cold traffic. And as I said, people opt in and move on with their life, so you need to constantly remind them. And then something not many people think about is low intent at sign up. And this happens especially if it was a frictionless registration, if everybody could register, if it was free. And there was no real commitment made. They didn't give you their email, their phone number or anything, they just signed up and that's it. So you need to make that intent and you need to make it intentional for them to sign up, so they actually get something from it and that they want to sign up, not just them signing up, because they saw it's a webinar and that's it. And the job of your entire show up system is to handle these objections before the webinar, as I said, before the actual live presentation. Keep reminding them it's happening with emails and SMS and your content, and build enough trust and desire that they actually want to be there. That's intent. And you need to sell them. You need to understand this. In the whole process of you getting people to show up, you are selling them. You're selling them on three things. You're selling them on themselves. So this means that they understand that this is something they actually can do. If you're doing a video editing webinar for a video editing mentorship, some people might think, I'm not a creative person, I can't do this. And you need to sell them on themselves that they actually can do it and they are actually capable of doing this. Then you need to sell them on you. You need to sell them that you are the right person that will help them with their problem, and you need to sell them on the mechanism. So let's say you're doing a webinar for a video editing mentorship, you need to sell them that the video editing is the right way to financial freedom or 10K a month or whatever your goal is. Then we are getting into the show up process. First step is the email sequence. There are two sequences for your existing list or CRM and post-registration nurture. For your existing list, you send an announcement email for the webinar and you send an email every other day until the day before. And the sole goal of this email sequence for your existing list is get them to register. After you get them to register, then you send them to a post-registration nurture, which is your main email sequence for the whole webinar. There are a few things you need to remember here and keep in your head. You can't send boring reminder emails. Boring reminder texts are for SMS. If you're sending an email, it needs to be interesting. It needs to have some type of story in it, case study, something that will get people to read them and get them to do what you want them to do with that email. If that's sign up, I mean, it's not in the this means they already registered, so it's just nurturing. And if you want to nurture them, then it needs to be interesting. And every email should be value dense, and this will get them to think, damn, if this is what he sends in emails, the webinar is going to be insane. It's going to be so much value and it's going to be amazing. Why am I so low? Like, what's happening? Wait. Okay. Then I'm not going to read through all of this. I already showed this in my other videos. Here is basically the whole sequence, which content you need to send, in which channel, is it email, is it SMS, so we can just pause this and read if you want. And each email should handle a specific objection or limiting belief, so you're handling these hidden objections. It should show a case study of someone similar to them that's selling them on themselves and reminding them what they'll walk away with. So you will learn how to sign your first video editing client in the next 30 days or something like that. Why is my camera flipping upside down? Oh my god, this is crazy. And also, the most important thing, selling them on showing up, not the offer. Selling them on the offer comes on the webinar. Before the webinar, your sole purpose of your whole campaign is get people to firstly register, and after registering, get them to show up. Bonus tip, engagement bait. What is an engagement bait? This is something that you put into your first email, and you say at the end of your first email something along the lines, what's the one thing you most want to learn on this class? Reply and let me know. Why is this important? It boosts email deliverability, because if people actually reply to you and they tell you something, they will get every single email that you send in the campaign, because they already replied to you. It won't go to their spam folder. And also, it gives you live market research that you can plug directly into the webinar, because people literally tell you what they want to learn on the webinar and you just implement it. Then the SMS sequence, it is pretty similar, but I just want to say this is simplest lever to pull and not many people do it, because it can be expensive to an extent, but it is worth it, trust me. You need to pay for the SMS, but at the end it's not that expensive, but it depends how many registrants you have. But it is the simplest lever to pull, because you literally send simple reminders that are like 2 or 3 sentences, and they get people to read them. Not everybody reads their email, but everybody will read an SMS that comes to their phone. And it goes the same, like you can see here is the same table like we had up here. Just pause it and you can see when you send the email. So it's on sign up, the day before, 2 hours, 50 minutes, 5 minutes before, then after start, and that's basically it. Keep them short. They are reminders, not essays, so not like emails. SMS hits the lock screen, as I said, emails don't. Everybody will read an SMS that comes to their phone. And no SMS, I'm going to be honest, you're voluntarily leaving 10 to 15% of your show up rate on the table, if not more. And this is how a SMS reminder looks like. So when you go live, we go live, see you in 10, we are live, and that's it. Then, really important, the WhatsApp community. This is the highest leverage piece of the whole system. People check WhatsApp constantly. This is where they talk to their family, their friends, their colleagues, and if you can show up there with next to their mom and dad texting them, you will get a lot of people showing up. And also, you can send voice notes, videos, images, and all of that means it's personal. If they see a video of you recording with your phone like this, raw, unfiltered, talking to them like a friend, or sending them a voice note, it feels personal. And also, unlike SMS, it's completely free. Then you might not always pick WhatsApp. It depends on your ICP and your audience. If you're doing a B2C BizOp webinar, WhatsApp community is the best, not group. This is important because when you do a community, only admins can send messages and you don't want people to spam or send shit. If you're doing trading or investing, you can use a Telegram channel, because this is where a lot of traders hang out, if I can say. They use a lot of groups on Telegram. And if you're doing more sophisticated B2B, you could use maybe a Facebook group. This would be like some real estate or something like that. My phone is going to fall. Oh my god. Okay, but this will be really rare. Most of the time, WhatsApp community is the best. Now, what to send in the group? Lead magnet delivery. If you watched any of my previous videos, you will know that you need to have a lead magnet. And the sole purpose of the lead magnet is to get people in the community, in the WhatsApp community, and to handle the objections. As I said, everything is basically going around handling objections and getting people to show up. And on the thank you page, you say, look, you'll get a lead magnet only if you join the WhatsApp group, and I will send it to you there. Then you send voice notes from the offer owner, from you. This builds massive personal connection. You send short, raw videos answering frequently asked questions. You send case studies and client results. You send pools. You send countdowns and reminders. And after the webinar, you basically send them the replay or type form or anything that you need for them to apply and to book a call. Now, here's something called the proximity effect. This is when people feel like they've been spoken to personally by the offer owner. This is very powerful. Even if it's a voice note to 500 people, they show up feeling like they already have a relationship with you, with the offer owner, and this is extremely powerful, as I said, and it's so easy to sell to somebody that thinks that has personal connection with you. And that feeling translates directly to show rate and close rate. Now, here's a WhatsApp community from Iman Gadzhi from his latest challenge. If you haven't seen that video, that I posted it, it's the last video on my channel, how he made 10 million in 5 days. So he had a WhatsApp community, so Make Money Online challenge. And I'm not going to over exaggerate this. I think he sent over 100 messages in 2 weeks. I mean, not him, the setters, but he was spamming messages. He was sending like 10 messages a day. It's crazy. So like case studies, everything. And it's perceived intimacy because he also sent messages from his personal account. I mean, it's not personal, obviously, but it's the proximity effect. As I said, he sent this to millions of, not millions, hundreds of thousands of people from the same account, same copy-paste message, and it still builds a relationship with him. Because people see this and they think, oh my god, Iman Gadzhi is sending me a personal message. This must be important. And just like that, you build intimacy, you build a relationship with them, and they are more likely to actually come on the webinar. Then something I'm really passionate about, just like, let me drink water, it's hot. Hammer them ads. This is a separate ad campaign targeting only your webinar registrants. This might seem like a waste of money, but trust me, it's not. Why would you run ads to somebody that already registered? I'm going to explain. Firstly, you need to understand these are pure value ads with no CTA. Now, this might make even less sense because why would you run ads without CTA? That's just throwing money. It's not. You're nurturing them. Here's what these ads actually do. They replicate the organic nurture process. They feel just like every other video and not like an ad. So it's pretty obvious that the more content people see from you in the promo period, the more likely they are to show on the webinar. So why wouldn't you pay a little bit extra to show that content to as many people as possible, as much as possible? Why would you rely on your organic content solely? Because people won't see it all the time. But if you pay for an ad that looks exactly like your organic video, and you make sure that everybody sees it just by paying a little bit, why wouldn't you do that? It warms up colder leads who don't know you well. It builds trust passively without the person needing to open an email or check a group. And basically how that looks is people scroll and they see, oh my god, another video from him, when it's an ad, but it doesn't feel like an ad. It has no CTA and it's just like a normal reel or a normal story sequence. But it nurtures extremely well and powerful. Here's how to set it up. Like, I'm literally giving you everything. You set up a new campaign in Meta Ads Manager. You put custom audience to your registered list, so people that have already registered. You export it from Webinar Jam or your Google Sheet, if you have it, and you should have it. Then you spend 3% of total webinar ad budget, so it costs almost nothing. Run a traffic campaign, not lead campaign. And you need to have at least 15 plus different creatives, so because you want variety, so they see something new each time. You don't want it to be repetitive, because then they can see it's an ad. Okay. And it should be videos, value posts, case studies, clips of the offer owner answering common objections, and basically just like normal content that you would post for the webinar. Then the confirmation page. The goal is to get people to join the WhatsApp group. So where is it? Here it is. I talked about it already, but we'll go over it again. What it needs: a 2-minute video from the offer owner where you thank them, you tell them what to expect, you show urgency, real urgency, no fake ones. You say it's no replay, you're not doing this again, and it needs to be real. If you're saying you're not doing a replay, then you don't do a replay, because people will see through that. You don't put a fake timer on the screen. Everybody can see it's a fake timer. Oh, please don't do that. It's not 2023 anymore. And the most important thing, you tell them to join the group to get the lead magnet. And obviously you put a link to the group. Also you put a one-click add to calendar button, because when they add webinar to their Google Calendar, the Google Calendar sends them automatic reminders. So it's just another way to contact them for free. As I said, CTA to join the WhatsApp group, so with a link to the group. And you do a housekeeping. You basically do a checklist of what they need to do. So watch the webinar on their desktop, clear their schedule, set aside 2 hours, and obviously join the group. And here's how it looks, how we did it for our last webinar. So don't close this page, urgency, complete this to book in your seat, lock-in, sorry. Then the video from the offer owner, join the WhatsApp group, add it to the Google Calendar, save your link, and housekeeping. So this is the checklist. So watch the video, have a notebook, block 90 minutes, and that's it. Then this is how the oh my god, my phone is going to break, it's going to fall down, and I'm going to lose my camera. Please, 5 more minutes. Give me a break. I'm like this. Registration. This is the first step. So this is the whole workflow of how things go. Oh my goodness, this isn't real. I have to buy a tripod. So they register, then they get sent to a confirmation page with a confirmation email immediately hitting their inbox. Then you tell them they need to join the WhatsApp to get the lead magnet, and when they do, you send them daily value emails handling objections. You send them daily WhatsApp messages, voice notes, case studies, videos. You send them SMS reminders hitting their lock screen in this order. Where is it? So you can see here. This is the SMS reminders. Then your face is showing up on their Instagram feed all the time with Hammer Them ads. Is this real? Like, I'm literally, it looks like I'm going to fall. Then by the time the webinar starts, the people that have registered have already seen you every single day. They had their objections handled. They've seen other people get results, so social proof. They've built genuine trust with the offer owner because he sent the videos, the voice notes. They have added it to their calendar with automatic reminders, and they have felt personally spoken to. Personally, that is the most important part. This is how we got 61.3% show up rate. If you want us to do all of this for you with my agency, as I said, go down below, click the link and schedule a call, and we will go on from there. See you in the next video.